if Tottenham go in for Julian Nagelsmann now and they think they can secure him, then it wouldn't be the worst move in the world. Personally, if I was Daniel Levy, I'd be knocking on Leicester's door asking for Brendan Rodgers. That's how I see the fit. But unless he's thinking, I need to get him in now before he goes to Bayern, because as Shaka said, there's no reason to sack Jose Mourinho 6 days before a cup final. There's no other reason. They must be thinking of moving pretty quickly for a manager.
I have to admit, I don't see Nagelsmann. I don't see how that's a choice for Nagelsmann, in all honesty. Now, if you're telling me that Daniel Levy maybe kind of had some kind of intuition around what Bayern Munich were doing 6 months ago, that's one thing. And stealing a jump on Nagelsmann 6 months ago before Flick decided that he was leaving or whatever else may come about in German football, that's one thing. But now you know that Bayern Munich job is opening up. You know that Nagelsmann is top of Bayern's list, reportedly. If you're Nagelsmann, I don't see why you make that decision now, given that we're weeks before the end of the season, and I don't see how Spurs become a more exciting prospect or challenge than Bayern Munich. That I don't get.
Robert, if you're a top manager, do you want this job?
I think, well, if you're a top manager, you want the very best jobs. This isn't the very best job. If you're just below that, I think this is a very good job. Pochettino came in when he'd done a good job at Southampton and did even better. Jose Mourinho was on the wane. That's why he got the Tottenham job. So I think if you're just below that very top echelons of managers, he could, a new manager would like the job. Absolutely. It's a good club. It's got a massive stadium. They've got a great fan base and they've got some very good players. Whether they can hang on to them, that's another matter.
Brendan Rodgers, Robbo?
I think it's a good fit. I think he'll play the right sort of football. I think he says all the right things. But the one thing you have to do when you go into Tottenham, and Pochettino did it brilliantly for 4 or 5 years, he managed the chairman. Because Daniel Levy wants to run the football club. And he talks to the players all the time. And Pochettino, when he came in, said, if I hear you talk to the players and you try and get their opinion of what I'm doing, I will walk out on you straight away. And that's why Pochettino had such a good time there.
Is this it for Mourinho, Robbo, when it comes to big clubs, big jobs?
I think so. I think he's lost his way. I think his style of football isn't good anime. I don't think he can get the best out of players. His man management doesn't seem to be right. The press aren't quite with him anymore. So I think his time as a top manager have gone.
Don?
Yeah, I agree. I just think the game's moving on and it's moving on quickly. I was chatting to Dion Dublin today about Sir Alex Ferguson, and I said to him, do you think Sir Alex could manage in the modern day? And he went, absolutely not. And I think what Jose Mourinho is, and Sir Alex was, they were unbelievable motivators. And I think the modern day players are a little bit softer than what they were a decade ago. And I think Jose's struggling to probably adapt with the modern day player. So his likely destination, in my opinion, might be a little bit of time off. He might watch the Euros. He might see how Portugal go. If they go out early, that might be his likely destination.
Very Spursy overall, I suppose. This is the only club that Jose Mourinho has ever been at that he hasn't won a trophy.
Thanks so much for watching ESPN on YouTube. And for more sports highlights and analysis, be sure to download the ESPN app. And for premium content and live streaming, subscribe to ESPN+.